So I am here with a new topic called clause, and it is a very important chapter in English grammar. So welcome back to my channel and let us start the video. We will start by understanding what is a clause. A clause is a group of words that contains subject and a predicate. Sometimes clause form a full meaning by itself, and sometimes they cannot stand alone. If we see the example, she sings beautifully, then this is a perfect example of a clause. First, we will start with independent clause. Independent clause is a clause which can stand alone and can make meaning of its own. For example, she dances gracefully. The sun is shining. We will meet tomorrow. He plays cricket every Sunday. All of these clauses can stand on its own and make a complete sense. So this is how independent clause work. On the other hand, dependent clause cannot make a sense by itself. It needs an independent clause before it to make the complete sense. For example, because I was late cannot make a complete sense. Although she tried her best, if you study hard when the rain stops, does not make any sense. They cannot stand alone. They need an independent clause. For example, if we say, because I was late, I missed the bus, then we see the correct meaning and the full meaning of the sentence is provided by the last example. Now we move to noun clause. A noun clause functions as a noun in the sentence. For example, it can act as a subject of a sentence or an object and even as a complement. Complements mean something which add value to the sentence. Usually noun clause are introduced by words like that, what, who, whether, if. For example, what she said was surprising. Here we can see the focus is on she and the sentence is introduced by what. So it is an example of noun clause. I believe that honesty is the best policy. Here we find noun clause in the object. This is how we can figure out a noun clause. And at last we see the sentence which act as a complement is my hope is that he will succeed. This is also an example of noun clause. It is a clause that functions as an adjective, which means that it describes a noun or pronoun. Its role is to add detail about the noun. If we find details about the noun in the clause, we can we can categorize it as an adjective clause. It is also introduced by relative pronouns like who, whom, whose, which, that. And sometimes it is also introduced by relative adverbs such as where, when, why. The example of adjective clause would be the boy who is wearing a red t-shirt is my brother. Here we see the focus is on the boy and what he is wearing. So it is an adjective clause. In the second sentence, the book that you gave me is fascinating. In this sentence too, the focus is on the book and how the book is useful to the person is explained in this sentence. Talking about the third example, which is the place where I was born is beautiful. In this sentence, we see that we talk about the place. The person talks about the place where he is born and describes that place as beautiful. So this is how adjective clause works. There we should keep a mental note that adjective clause always answers the question such as which one or of what kind. So, by this examples, I hope that your adjective clause is clear. And now we have adverb clause. An adverb clause is a clause that functions like an adverb. It modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. The primary rule of an adverb clause is to show time, reason, condition, contrast, or manner. It is usually introduced by subordinating conjunctions, such as because, although, if, while, since, until, as. If we find all these words in a sentence, then there is a great probability that the clause is adverb clause, and they may not be in the initial part of the sentence, but if they are present in the sentence, then they can be there is a high possibility that it is an adverb clause. For example, I will call you when I reach home. This clause shows the time of the person when he will call. So it fulfills the time criteria of an adverb clause. The second sentence is he left early because he was tired. This shows the reason of the person leaving early. This is also an criteria which fulfills a sentence to be an adverb clause. Then we have a sentence which shows the manner, which is we will go out if the weather improves. This this shows the condition, and the last example which shows the manner is she sings well if she were a professional. This shows the manner in which a person does a work. And in this sentence we see how the clause explains the verb. So this is how an adverb clause works. A very important mental note to be taken is that why, when, how, under what condition questions are answered by adverb clause. So we have come to an end and we have completed all the clause which are present. So thank you for watching my video till the end, and I hope that you learned about clause from my video. Please do support me by subscribing the channel Vivek Angrezi Kumar, and like, share and comment in my channel. So bye bye and meet you in the next video. Bye bye.